I've been playing around with how to organize the inside of this. Right now I just have insulated walls, so I'm trying to figure out how I want the furniture in here. And what I'm leaning towards now is making this area here into a hanging closet area, and then having a camp kitchen here, make it a chuck box style kitchen, so that I can take it outside and put it on a table if I want it, if I want to cook outside, or just open up all of the doors and then cook in the van. I'm okay with a narrow bed. I spent 6 years in the Navy on a 24-inch mattress, and I never fell out of my bunk. So I think that's and I've often slept on camp cots, camping. And I'm thinking about building a box, a storage box with the bed, and having it sit where this camping cot is, and then under it will be storage. And the advantage to doing that is I can make it so that I could take the whole thing out if I really wanted to, if I needed to use the van for hauling something, or if I wanted to even take it out and sleep outside, I could just move the box outside. And then the space on the other side of the bed could be used for storage of things like tables and chairs and the likes of that. And there's probably also going to be room to put a cabinet up in between these two windows. I'm not sure if I'm getting some sun here. I'm not sure that I really like these porta potties. I might build a composting toilet. The problem that I've experienced with them is after a couple of days, no matter if it's got chemicals in it or not, if it's hot outside, it really starts to smell bad. And then one way of cutting down the bacteria and the smell is to put bleach in there, but then you're breathing bleach fumes, which can be pretty toxic. When I tried to do that the last time I was out camping, my dog didn't even want to come into the van. She wanted to sleep outside. So neither of us got too much sleep that night. I think where this knockoff cooler, this high dollar knockoff is going to be where my 12-volt refrigerator is going to be. Now I'll do a video on that. I took a gamble getting an off-brand, but the company that I researched, all the products that they produced all got good reviews, and they say that it's shock resistant. So we'll look into doing a video about that when I get it. And then reupholstering these chairs is another project that needs to be finished. I recovered the bottom parts. It's nothing fancy, no pleats, no diamond patterns, no inserts. But it seems to, it's comfortable, you can slide your butt on it, and it's pretty comfortable. And so now I need to do is reupholster the backs. But, this chair does swivel around 180 degrees. So when I'm camping, most likely that'll be the position that it'll stay in. This is the start of the bed. These are the corner posts, and I cut these using a table saw so that I could put a sheet of plywood in between this one and that one, and the same thing with the ends. And this is to do two different things. This area here, it'll give me a good gluing, screwing surface, and then I'll be able to round this corner here off a little bit, and it'll hide the end grain of the plywood. So the next step is to cut the plywood to the correct width and length. Okay, the next step is to straighten out these sides. As you can maybe see here, this left side, the board has a little bit of a bow in it. So I'll clamp a straight 2x4 or something to the outside to take the bow out. And then I'll put in cross supports and square up the box. But it's getting a little bit late, so that's for another day. Oh, here's the detail about how this joint fits in here. And those will have to be taken apart and put some construction adhesive in there right when I square up the box, and then let it sit, let the glue harden up. Okay, here's the completed bed assembly, and then the next step will be to put this in the van and make sure that the height isn't too tall, so that I can put the mattress on it, which is over there, and still sit on it without hitting my head on the roof. I have one coat of linseed oil on it, so I'll let that dry overnight, and then I'll see about maybe varnishing it, or maybe just wax it. This bracket in the middle is stationary, it's screwed into place, but the brackets on the sides are removable just by lifting them up. I made horseshoe brackets for them to sit in, and the purpose of them is to give the lid support when it's closed, so that when my body weight is on it, it won't want to buckle. I thought about using a thinner material to make this with, but I was worried that the thinner material would have a tendency to warp real easy. So I could drag it out here into the sun, get it out of the shadows. Hang on. Okay, there's a better look at it. Outside of the shadows of the table saw. Made this bed with a minimum of framing. I guess you would call it an exoskeleton design. I used a little bit thicker plywood to build it, so that the plywood actually give it the structural strength and not the wood, the frame.